Mangoes. Mango plants are tropical fruit trees prized for their delicious fruits. Actually, the best way to eat a mango is with a little privacy and no table manners. They are native to South Asia, but are cultivated in tropical and subtropical regions. As of current, India is the highest producer of mangoes, kuch kuch hote hai, followed by Indonesia, China, Pakistan, Mexico, and Brazil. You can look up which varieties they specialize in producing. Mango trees are large evergreen trees that can grow up to 100 feet tall. Actually, I never really paid too much attention to mango trees until I started growing one. And then I started noticing all around Orlando, a lot of people have mango trees and they were huge. This whole time I thought I was getting ahead of the game. Turns out I was a late entrant. The leaves are dark green and elongated, and the new growth is a maroonish brown color at first. Mango trees have small, yellow to pinkish flower clusters at the end of the branches. Once these flowers become pollinated, you'll eventually end up with mango fruit. And I think that's the point. Mango trees like climates with temperatures between 80 and 100 degrees. So, if you want to grow one in Florida, this is a great place to do that. Growing a mango tree from seed is actually pretty easy. The only somewhat difficult part is removing the seed from the husk. With the mango seed from a mango you bought from the store, or a gift given to you by an amazing person who owns a mango tree, we want to give it a mini greenhouse to encourage sprouting. You can let the pod sit out and dry for a couple of days, which will make it easier to cut the husk. You want to cut along the inverted side, as this will give you more room to insert something to start to open the husk, without damaging the seed, of course. Once you have an opening large enough for your fingers to slip in, you can gently pry the husk apart. It'll take a little bit of oomph, but not a lot. The experts grow mango trees grafted onto rootstocks. This ensures quality and disease resistance. We couldn't find a grafter at the store, so we're sticking to the normal people's way. We're just going to try to grow one from seed. After that, we used the old project from 3rd grade. When we grew a lima bean in a sandwich bag, yep, same thing. So all we're going to do here is take our mango seed. You want to try to have it as clean as possible. You can remove this little membrane if you want. It's not absolutely necessary. However, you will see it separate later on in the process. So if you decide to change out your wet napkin, you can go ahead and remove that or just leave it on. After we put our mango seed in our little Ziploc bag, I say Ziploc because that's my preferred sandwich bag, but you can use whichever you like. You want to put your Ziploc bag with your mango seed into a sunny location and give it some time to wake up. After a few weeks, you'll notice that your mango seed is growing roots, and a stem, and some leaves. Look at that. Once it's time to transplant our mango seedlings, we want to find a location that is part sun for the first couple of weeks outside. We just want to get it acclimated to outdoors. After that, you can move them into a location that receives full sun. Try not to place them where debris may fall, like tree limbs or twigs, as the seedlings aren't very sturdy until they're a few months old. I only say this because squirrels are kind of an issue here and they knock things down all day. So you just want to be mindful of that, and strong winds knock branches around, so you just want to make sure nothing's going to hit your mango seedling until it's sturdy. Give your mango seedling full sun and well-drained soil. Add some organic matter into the soil if you have some before transplanting. If not, you could use vermiculite and perlite. Those are great additives to your soil. Mango trees can be sensitive to frost and cold temperatures when they're seedlings, so bring them indoors if you live in an area prone to freezing. Do keep in mind, with freeze warnings, as long as your soil isn't in the way of becoming frozen, your plants will learn to harden over in cooler temperatures. It's the root system we want to pay close attention to during excessive cold. If you're planning to plant your mango seedling into the ground, just keep in mind that these trees can grow up to 100 feet when they're very happy. Also, they have a huge canopy, so ensure you have the outdoor space for this kind of tree to spread its happiness. If you're planting more than one, then you'll need to give them about 30 to 40 feet of space away from one another. Once established, mango trees are somewhat drought tolerant, but benefit from regular waterings. A moderate watering twice a week is sufficient. You could switch to once a week if you choose to provide it with a deep watering. But remember, if you're going to do deep watering, only once a week. And also remember, avoid overwatering your plants to prevent waterlogged soil or creating a big pot of mud. They don't like that. Fertilize mango trees with a fertilizer formulated for citrus, or an organic fertilizer every 2 months. As always, you're dealing with fruits and veggies, so try to stick to organic fertilizers. It'll taste better. You could prune your mango trees to a specific size or shape and to help promote air circulation. Personally, I don't. I just let them grow. If there's something that absolutely needs to be removed, then I'll prune it. Other than that, I don't interfere much with how the plant wants to grow. I'm a simple man. I'm just happy that she's alive and growing and she's making the neighbors jealous. If you do need to prune, it should only be to remove dead or diseased branches. And then we need to sit down and talk about why you let that happen. Also, you can remove any suckers you find growing near the base of the trees. Suckers are just little branches that are growing down by the base, and what they do is they absorb a lot of energy from the plant because they're closer to the roots. That's not what we want. We want all of the energy to go up to the top where there are more leaves and eventually fruit. So just keep that in mind. Those little suckers, those little pieces you see growing down towards the bottom, you want to pop those off. Actually, you can dip those in some rooting hormone, put them in some slightly moist soil, put them in a sunny spot, and actually root the sucker. So that'll be another mango tree. Mango trees can take several years to start bearing fruit, with most varieties producing fruit within 3 to 6 years. Our closest one is just about 3 years old, so let's see if we get some fruit here in the next year or so. At the very minimum, you should be able to start growing a mango tree now. You'll have to sing to it to make it grow faster. Well, I hope you have fun growing yourself a mango tree and that you become the envy of your friends who can't grow plants. Make sure you wash your hands, and thanks for stopping by. Adios, amigos.